Yep, you're live. Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go. Underwater.
and does. No save. I think that was off, but still an opportunity for the Vipers, keeping him down here. And yet again, Murphy keeps it up. That's a block. Shelby's got nothing. Levi goes up, slams it home. Upper 90, no chance. And that extends the lead, Lasagna.
Yeah, the Vipers have been really solid in their air play, especially on offense, whereas the Rams...
I don't think I've ever seen a grog. Is that save on the other end was absolutely beautiful there, and they get it going the other way, which is going to work out in their favor, but Tech-Tie able to flick that one in. Ollie hesitated, and that hesitation cost them a goal on the scoreboard here. Tech-Tie flying through the air, gets a good touch with the wheels, flip reset, flips it in.
No, definitely not, but you got to, like you last time, just like last time, unfortunately, maybe the kickoff goal early and...
Oh my goodness.
What a touch. It just shut me up.
Yeah, this is, I mean, the fact that he got a reset and got one more touch on it.
Wow.
That was an incredible shot by Ward, arguably undefendable.
What is going on? According to a person in chat, we are not getting any Gallo audio here. Yes. Oh, now we're good. After that little technical mishap. Welcome everyone. We have an expert league game here. We have the Hydras versus the Rams. And are you excited for this one, Galloway? Ah, we are not in fact good. So, well, he figures that out. I'm going to talk a little bit over who we have on the field tonight. I believe the Rams are fielding Bondo and Atomic RL. So that is their technical A player due to alphanumeric order and a reserve player. And the Hydras, they are fielding Water Dragon and Coldzilla. So I believe that is either an A lineup or a B lineup. That is a B lineup. No. Yes, a B lineup due to alphanumeric order. So, yeah, we're going to have a pretty good match here tonight. If you guys can hear Galloway, just give us a shout in chat. Yes, I can hear you, Galloway. Well, he is... Yeah, while he is figuring this out, so we do not ice our players out, I will get them in here. We will just have the lasagna show with some stream of conscience. So the players are joining up here. It looks like we are going to have Coldzilla versus Atomic RL to start off the game on first kickoff here. Let's see how this goes. Okay. I just kick off a little bit into the Rams end. Water Dragon is going to take that over Bondo and steal the boost. Now Water Dragon versus Atomic in the corner. Atomic, good beat. Nice little ground double there. Now he's able to put a shot on net. Great save by Coldzilla. And he clears out. Coldzilla now. Pass to Water Dragon. Water Dragon's just going to lob that down. Atomic puts it to corner. Water Dragon, a pinch to try and get that center. But Bondo's able to cover that up. And now the Rams on a counterattack. Coldzilla in the corner, gets bumped.
Okay,
Atomic up, sends it into the corner. And more exciting than anything, we have our Goose Galloway in the casting booth. How are you, my silent friend?
Pretty good. OBS for some reason reverted the settings to default instead of my microphone, so that's what happened. But I figured it out. I am good to go now, and I'm ready to get into this. You did a fantastic job, my friend. I appreciate you. And I'll just let you continue to carry away as I get caught up on the action.
You flatter me. Coldzilla taking a graduate's degree from Galloway Sackett's School of Open Net Shooting, and Water Dragon unable to get the double on that. Coldzilla back to crossbar again. Water now on the ball. He gets a 50 to corner. Gets an awkward touch to slow down the Rams counterattack, and he's kind of stuffing the Rams here. He's really getting the challenge game in quickly to get the ball back into the Rams half to get on offense again.
Indeed, and just one of the things you can expect out of this Hydras team for sure is going to be some offensive maneuvers going on. Water Dragon loves to be on offense. He absolutely loves to have that ball in his control, trying to make stuff happen. And Cold is a playmaker, absolutely. And he's going to try to make those playmakers happen here. As he gets a bump, and Dragon goes in for it, but it will get stuffed out by, I believe that was Bondo. And he will try to carry it along to do his counterattack here. Gets around one, can't get it around the second, and it's just a great game of back and forth so far. Good defense and offense from both teams.
Yeah, I can speak for Bondo's skill. I believe he played in a star match, or a star season, actually, excuse me, for some time. So, but I do know he's a really skilled player, and we'll see what he can do here in the air. He goes up, a 50 against Coldzilla. Atomic is not there to capitalize. Now 2v1 for Atomic. He gets that to Bondo. Bondo back to Atomic, onto backboard, but it's not over yet. Bondo to Atomic again. The passing plays are coming in really strong from this Rams team.
Oh yeah, and that's another distinction I think we'll make as well and see is that the Rams team, I think we'll see a lot more passing plays. And I think the Hydras will have a lot more solo plays that turn into something, or will turn into a second chance, and not necessarily be a team play, but still be a second chance and work out with an assist going to a teammate due to it being the second chance. But either way, it's going to be two great teams. That could be a fake, will allow Water Dragon to get it, but it will get cleared away, will get saved. Water Dragon will cut in on this, however, and try to get it going. Pondo going for the demo. Can't get it going. And right now, Hydras, I think, are probably the ones poised to get the first goal. But, I mean, it's still a minute and 20 left in this game, and nobody has scored. It could really just go either way. Just one mistake for the whole dam to break open.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hydras definitely do feel in the driver's seat now. But I must say, in terms of possession, I think the Rams somewhat have an edge here. Bondo's been taking a lot more dribble plays, and Atomic is really just letting the Hydras come to him when he's on defense, and it's really shown with some of the shot counts. It's, I believe, 5-3 right now, yeah. Oh, right. Bondo is about to change that, and he does with another shot on net. And now he's in a 2v1 alone, but he misses the ball, and the Hydras are unable to put that on. They don't have any boost, and Bondo, he puts that on for a counter attack, and neither of the Hydras players with any boost to get back, and a little bit, I wouldn't call it greed, a little bit of a miscommunication there with both Hydras players grabbing the side boosts, leaving just a straight shot to the net.
Indeed, and Bloodwolf trying to throw that in there to make that last goal go, or that goal to go in, just so there'd be no chance of being saved. But Coldzilla on the instant respawn for the kickoff will throw it right back in to tie it up. And like I said, Lasagna, it could easily just be one of those nights where it just takes one goal to hit for the dam to break open. And I told you, Coldzilla is a playmaker. That right there is definitely going to be one example of that. Right off there, the kickoff. That could be a fake. The bump going in for it, but the bump was missed by, I believe that was Bondo, which will allow the Hydras being a quick counterattack opportunity. But Bloodwolf able to stuff it. Bloodwolf is Atomic, by the way. That's his old name. I know him off the old name. Try to get the big 50. Bondo trying to throw it in. Can't get it. We have overtime.
And man, just what a back and forth game this first match is. Almost equal shots, but the Hydras actually with a lot more saves. It seems a lot more of the Rams shots are on net, whereas the Hydras are preferring some continued pressure here, and they have some right now. Bondo has to make a save, contending with a bump, and Water Dragon puts that on and just slams that as hard as he can, and Bondo, he just can't get a strong enough touch to keep that out of his net. Hydras take game 1.
Indeed, Hydras taking game 1 in a good fashion. They kept up the pressure. Kickoffs were always in their favor, and that's just plays off to this Hydras team. They play off of making big moves, big plays. A fresh start works great for them because that means it's all new reset, which is where they want to be because they're on the exact even footing as the Rams. Rams, they do seem to be the team that is slow to warm up. Not slow to warm up, that feels wrong to say, but are that more passing oriented, where the Hydras had that firepower to just punch it through suddenly, and that's what happened to tie it up. That's what happened to get that overtime goal. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Corporal Monkey Shines, a beloved name. For those who remember him for giving us that raid, thank you, brother. But Lasagna, what a fantastic game 1. And I'm ready to see what the rest of these games in these series bring for us.
I sure am too. As you said, like once the Rams, they get their comms going, they get some passes connecting, they can really be a devastating team on the offense. I'm going to be looking to see if the Hydras are going to try and keep up the pressure and just win the game in 3 before this Rams team can really get like set in stone.
Yeah, and I think that probably will be the best for the Hydras. If they can take this early, that'd be great. But if this is a long drawn out, I think that's not where they want to be at all for the team. Not saying that they can't go the distance, but they are that kind of team that can just make punches happen and just make those haymakers all of a sudden win them the fight. They want it to be clean and easy, quick and short. This Rams team is a sturdy creature. You don't want to go headstrong against them because in the end they will win. That said, first goal is going to go to Coldzilla, with Water Dragon getting a little bit of a bump there to help out. Hydra starting it off fast and starting it off with a goal 1.
Yeah, just Water Dragon willing that goal to happen. He sees his teammate on 0 boost, and he's like, he needs more time. He just comes in there and takes out the Rams defender. Just there's a great use of like on the ball and off the ball pressure from the Hydras.
Yeah. You are just 100% correct on that. But can't count this Rams team out at all. Saw in game 1 where the first goal happened, it was an instant retaliation. Now this one has slowed down, but that is about to the Rams' speed. We'll have to see what they can do to actually get going. I do think the biggest thing that we're missing right now, Lasagna, is the fact that Blood Wolf, aka Atomic, has not really gotten woken up yet. He hasn't really started his offensive game, which we know he's a huge offensive goer or doer. And Bondo is a good all-around player. It'll be very interesting to see when that can happen. But as goal 2 goes in for this Hydras team, they're off to a fantastic start.
A double fake leaves net kind of open. Bondo trying to get a good 50 there for his teammate, but the Hydras able to keep that out of their net on their goal line. Coldzilla up, flip or ceiling shot and a musty flick. Almost bounces in there actually. And the Hydras are immediately back on offense. Bounces off to the side. Coldzilla decides to let this run towards him. And he takes possession in the corner. He's going to dribble this. Atomic with no boost. Bondo with no boost as well. Just in a dire situation. Now Water Dragon, he's going to take control. He's going to take it up wall. And damn. Excuse me. Good bump to take him off the ball. And now Bondo, he's up. He's going to take this onto backboard. Water Dragon's able to cover that up. He misses the double though. It works out in his favor. Atomic now in a 2v1, but Bondo's able to take one of them out, and he's going to go up. Ooh. These are the mechanics that we're looking for from Atomic. We've seen him before. He's a very mechanical offensive player, but he's just, I feel like he hasn't yet gotten warmed up yet, as you were saying.
Yeah, this Rams team's looking a little bit slow to actually get things going here. They're not really responding with the amount of snap and speed that they would like to have. And that one was almost a good goal, but just a little bit wide. Blood was trying to get it in, or Atomic, I should start saying. Try to get that one in. Couldn't quite. Hydras defense playing up to par. That's going to get by Blood. That's going to go towards the other side. Rams able to hold it off so far. It's going to go top down. It's off the crossbar and the goal post. The goal itself is the best defender in this game. Blood Wolf missing the flick play that he was going for, but was able to still get it around the Hydras. And it does feel like this Rams team is just a little bit miscommunicating as well, or just not up to snuff with it. Because there's so many times that they're too close together on that field, occupying the same spots, Lasagna, that they're not making enough effective use out of themselves because they don't have time to respond if they're the second man. They're just right there on them. If they can fix that, I think it's going to be a whole new game. But Rams getting the first goal with Bondo getting underneath the squishy save attempt. This might be the turnaround that they needed with a minute 38 remaining.
Yeah, Bondo, just a really smart play. He sees Water Dragon. You're like, oh shoot, I got to squishy save this. He's expecting the high shot, and he's just able to put it low off of that waterfall on backboard. Good 50 by Atomic as well to give the opportunity. And Bondo, oh man, I really thought that was a goal there.
That's an Eagles moment. We have an Eagles moment. Blood Wolf finally waking up on that offense. Getting the touch, not quite the give or the take he was wanting to make, but he did force out the Eagles from Water Dragon. And that is a fantastic way, if you're a Rams player, to tie this series up, Lasagna. And if you're a Hydras, oh man, not like this is what you're saying.
Yeah,
What a redirect, Bondo!
And Bondo and Atomic make a pass play in the span of 10 seconds. If you're the Hydras, your lead has evaporated, and now you find yourself clawing back up one. This is what we were talking about. The Rams, they are inclined to pass, and they're inclined to take apart your defense piece by piece. They're not trying to punch it through with 50s and bumps. And Atomic RL doubles the lead for the Rams. Just a fantastic kickoff play. Good aggression to get nasty angle on net.
Quick, send out the evacuation alarm, Lasagna. We have the floodgates busted wide open for this Rams team. And all of a sudden, when they were down by 2, they are now up by 2. This Rams team really getting it going now. And it really is coming with a lot of assists happening. That's going to be another pass from Blood Wolf to Bondo, but it will get saved away. And thank God if you're the Hydras that it got saved away, because that one was to go in as well. That would just be so incredibly devastating to pretty much lose your lead by that much and give up 5 unanswered in a matter of like 30 seconds. But it still ain't out of the woodworks yet. Bondo unable to quite sneak it in there. Hydras getting away with a little bit of luck there, but a great 50. This ball will go off the sidewall into Atomic's loving car's arm. Can't get the touch he wants, but Bondo's still going to make something happen out of it. It's going to be passed down, but cleared away.
Yeah, a little bit of panic there on the Hydras end. A double commit there leaves them in a less than optimal position, but Water Dragon, he makes the most of it, and he gets a, just frankly, a great 50 off of a little bit of an awkward play from Atomic. And Coltzilla just there for insurance to dunk Bondo into the net. It is possible. With 0-second time unlocked now, it is absolutely possible for these Hydras to come back and give us a second overtime in a row. And it might just happen here. Bondo, a little bit awkward off of grabbing boost. Coldzilla with a shot. Atomic with a great cover up in front of net. And I believe if that's on net, then that is most likely the nail in the coffin for this Hydras team. The Rams just doing a great job with some quick succession scoring, some quick passes, and they're able to take this game too with pretty convincingly.
Absolutely. We come to the 2-minute marker. This Hydras team's looking pretty good, 2-0. And then in a matter of a minute and 38, minute 45, this Rams team scores 5 goals and only allows in 1. What a turnaround for the Rams. They finally started hitting on all cylinders. those passing plays finally paying off and starting to get in there, that's going to have to start getting in the head of the Hydras, who are now like, wow, we just got absolutely stomped in a matter of 2 minutes. Where did we go wrong? And if you're the Rams in game 3, they're just going to keep ramping this up. You do not want the Hydras to have the time to figure it out. Of course, they have to give up this 1 minute here, but you don't want them to figure it out with actual gameplay. Just keep that up. Use those horns to your advantage, because that kind of stampede worked very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if the Rams continue this momentum and take another game, I think we can expect a Hydra's timeout, perhaps, because it kind of hurts off of an Eagles moment, and then 4 consecutive goals to just decimate your lead.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt the mental, and the Hydras players know it too, that this Rams team is not to be trifled with when they get a little bit of momentum into their step. Like, Rams in the real world get a lot of momentum, and they use that energy to bash through their opponents, and that's exactly what this Rams team is trying to do here. Coldzilla, though, he puts this at net, and Atomic's going to take that over to the side, but Water Dragon, he's up on it, an aerial play, a 50, goes out to the corner. Bonder now with a little bit of time. Coldzilla's on. A good dunk, it's on backboard. Atomic with a little bit of clear out. But now Water Dragon, he's trying to take possession. I like what Water Dragon's doing there. He's taking a lot of possession, and he's giving himself time. But the Rams players do not care. I believe that was Bondo. He sets a fantastic floater and takes out a Hydra's defender with it too, and just leaves it mostly open for Atomic to slam that home.
Like you said, the Rams take that kinetic energy and cause chaos and destruction. Bondo getting that great pass, going into the goal, try to disrupt anything. Beautiful shot by Atomic to make it happen, but they're not out of the woodworks. Hydras right now bashing away. They finally will clear it away at the cost of Atomic's life, but Bondo will make sure that he can make something happen here. Gets a bump on that wall. Blood Wolf up. Bondo coming in to clear it up, and we have the second goal in a row going to the Rams. Bondo getting that second chance off of Atomic coming in there. Water Dragon trying to get a great clear away, but just couldn't quite get the touch he wanted. Throwing it right down in front of the net. Soft served ice cream with some chocolate syrup on top. Rams going to eat that one up all day long at this rate.
Yeah, if you're the Hydras, you really have to lock down your defense. The number one cause of losing a game is the ball entering your net too many times. So they got to figure something out here as Bondo goes up and nearly puts in a third. Good defense by Coldzilla, but then both Hydras players in the corner, same corner, no one's on back post. You got to fix that up, because they're killing you right now with some of the passes. But as I say that, the Hydras put one in. Coldzilla, a nice floater to make them very awkward in net. Atomic, he thought he was out of the woods putting that into the corner, but Coldzilla just the instant challenge again to put that on net and half the lead of the Rams with 3 minutes left.
I'm not going to tell you, man. Coldzilla is such a playmaker. He is able to get goals that you think were not even an option. He's able to get in there and make it happen. And it's always in such an effective manner. Statement happening. But Bondo getting a good pass going that will get cleared away awkwardly. Atomic with the fantastic 50. Bondo will beat him, and he will get the third goal, his second here in game 3. This Ram team not daunted at all from that goal going in from Coldzilla. They say, you know what? We don't have to worry about getting dunked or stuffed on our goal line if we keep it on your goal line. And that strategy is going to be very effective as this round just continues forward. That forward momentum going headstrong. And just, the Hydras may have 3 heads and keep rolling back, but when faced by a Rams that just keeps headbutting it, even if you keep growing it back, you will eventually get a concussion. You will eventually start feeling that pain.
Yeah, the Hydras now, they're trying to transition to offense. Coldzilla's going to take this in corner and beat almost both players. It's really awkward, and he sneaks that in there. Like you said, I didn't even think that was like
An
an
option.
option. Like, just really awkward. He maneuvered that ball fantastically around Bondo.
I think it's actually a little bit of
And-
an equals. I think that bounced off of Bondo's car. That's why it floated up like that. It's a good save attempt, but just Coldzilla making it happen. Water Dragon trying to tie it up, but it will get saved away. Bondo trying to clear it up, but Cold not letting it happen. Water Dragon decided not to go for it, but will get beat. That ball barely missing. And almost another Eagles, but Water Dragon staying down low. Not wanting to actually do what I just said he almost did. That shot will go in there off the interference from Coldzilla. Bumping, I believe it was Bondo. It was, and that would allow the Hydras to tie it up. Lasagna, we got ourselves a brand new game at 2:16.
Yeah, what a match so far. 1 apiece series and 3 apiece in this game 3. And we're only halfway through. This is getting me excited. And the Rams, they're still trying to be a dauntless offensive presence, but a nice pass to Water Dragon from Coldzilla. He's going to take it slow. That's a smart play to keep that slow, but it does not pan out for him. But it's center, and Coldzilla rips one on net. What an angry shot there to just try and slam that home and retake the lead. And now he's up again, trying to put that on backboard. Atomic with no boost has to clear that out. Water Dragon's going to opt for the slow play again. It again doesn't pan out for him. It's getting a bit predictable. Bondo nearly just took out the defense, and he's chasing down Coldzilla. He's like, this guy's killing us. Time to take him off the field.
Bondo living up to what we've been talking about, using that head full of horn just to take out the opponent. That's be another passing play. It couldn't quite connect with Bondo getting low enough, and that will be a counterattack if Bondo can't get back to clear it, which he does. Water Dragon was there, or was that Coldzilla? I can't quite tell because it's hard to see on this tiny OBS screen, but I'm pretty sure it was a great save regardless to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, Water Dragon and Coldzilla now. Coldzilla, he's going for the double. Oh, man.
Oh.
I thought that was a highlight reel for next week. Ah.
Speaking of which, ladies and
You
gentlemen, if you see a fantastic clip, take it and just, send it into the FTL server. It just might make it on the intro video. As we get a Rams goal over, we take the lead.
Yeah, Atomic, 0 boost, but neither Hydras player seems ready to go for that ball in the corner. They're both facing backwards. That's something you got to work on. You got to rotate back to front on the net there. Now Hydras, they have to claw it back, else face match point for the Rams. See if they can do it and get us a second overtime here. Hydras on offense. Now a clear, but Water Dragon, good flick. He's going to take that boost. He's going to try and take the center for his teammate. But Bondo, a good clear and a Rams counterattack. This might just be an open net here. He's stalling out the clock a little bit. I'm not sure if I approve of that, but it works. Now Coldzilla up.
I mean, you're in the lead. You don't have to take a risk to open yourself to a counter. I mean, if he could have went ahead and shot it and he felt comfortable, I'm pretty sure he would have. But I think he wanted to avoid a counterattack goal save with a big clear that turned it into a 2v1 suddenly. So I will respect that from the team who really wants to secure the lead and match point in this series. Because now that is 2 for the Rams. And my lord, I forgot to update the series score because overlay is broken. But this Rams team has just really turned this around to put it on match point.
Yeah, and the Hydras calling a tactical timeout, trying to just kill the momentum of this Rams team as they're facing down match point of a team that can really get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So they will be calling their timeout here. We have another minute after the match ends. If you could set that up, Galloway.
I got you, homie.
Thank you. And again, what do you think this Hydras team can do any better to take down this Rams team.
They have got to stick to this Rams team like gum in your hair when you fall asleep at night as a teenager. They have got to not let them set up. We have seen the passing plays just be the death of this Hydras defense. And the Rams are doing such a fantastic job of getting that ball moving, spreading out the Hydras, putting the Hydras in one spot in the same spot on the map at the same time. Also, I mean, they're just kind of controlling what the Rams do or Hydras do on defense. That's what's really allowing them. In order to stop that, as long as you don't overextend yourself, overcommit as your Hydras, if you start sticking to them, don't let these players set up. I think that would be very beneficial to them. Do you notice anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Because not necessarily the Hydras doing, they're bunched up. A lot of the time, the Rams are playing an expert offense.
Also, this timeout.
With a lot. Oh, the timeout is over. So we will get the players in here. And we will see if this reset is going to help the Hydras claw back a game and bring us to the coveted Game 5.
Indeed, but we will have an awkward kick off that ball, kind of just dying there in the midfield. Atomic trying to take control, but does get beat. Bondo having to race back to try to clear it. Doesn't get the touch he wants it. And that ball does not want to go in. Now Bondo has a counterattack. He's sending it. Water Dragon trying to race. Bondo dunking him. And what a way for the first goal to go in. Lasagna only 19 seconds in. Hydra should have got it, but that goal said no. And then, and the only place Water Dragon could have possibly put it, Bondo said no once more.
19 seconds and already I'm having heart palpitations.
Oh man, that's
see.
so exciting.
Let's see, Coldzilla. He's up on this. He sends it towards Atomic. Atomic, he's going to take possession. Water Dragon with no boost. He's got to make something happen on defense, and he does. A good save, and then a bump on Bondo. And a team bump leaves a little bit of awkwardness on defense, but they shore that up. Water Dragon taking his time, but you don't have that much time, Water Dragon. He just gets dunked out by Bondo, and Coldzilla has to make a save. And now they're trying to get a counterattack, but the Rams, they're keeping control of that mid boost. The Rams always have boost. You can see right now that both players on the Rams are at near 100 boost, but that might not matter if you're taken off the field. A squishy save from Atomic keeps that off. The Hydras players were trying to... Never mind what the Hydras players were trying to do. They just did it, and they bring it back with the equalizer. Water Dragon taking Bondo to the weight room. He has been training his car for the 50s in that timeout there.
Indeed, and Bloodwolf, aka Atomic, trying to get back, couldn't quite get there in time, but a valiant effort. Cold now trying to extend the lead off that kickoff, but it will get sent away by Bondo, who throws down the pass to his teammate. Atomic throwing it around Water Dragon to regain that lead instantly. And I'm telling you, Lasagna, these passing plays are the death of the Hydras defense. They have to grow a new head to be able to play defense, because the three that they're using, or currently two that they're using, are on offense right now and offense only.
Yeah, and if we just had a pass reel of this Rams team, it would take up all stream. And was that another pass?
It was.
Oh man, this Rams team is just, for lack of a better term, they're cooking. I must say, the passing plays, they're just so destructive. The Hydras, all heads distracted on the ball going one way, and then Bondo or Atomic comes in and just slashes the ball the other way, just straight into the net. But oh man, Water Dragon, he's trying to make Bondo awkward, but Bondo prevails and he gets that out to the other side. Water Dragon and Bondo racing back, a little bit awkward on defense. A good touch out that does not look like it will be going in. Now Coldzilla in corner, he's got a little bit of boost. He opts not for the pass. This is the difference between this Hydras and this Rams roster. Coldzilla was not opting for the pass on that play, despite having a limited amount of boost. Oh, I say that, and then they go do a pass. Thanks, guys.
Hey, every now and then it works out. And that time it worked out beautifully. Coldzilla making that pinch off the wall right around the defender. Water Dragon coming in right perfectly off that back wall on the other side to receive it, to put the lead down to only 1 for this Rams team. But we have seen retaliatory goals rather, so often with that big demo there. It's all a matter of Bloodwolf can get to it in time, but Coldzilla once again being the huge difference maker, able to get there, able to clear it away and keep it going. That shot will go a little bit high. Water Dragon coming in, and Bondo finding himself awkward after the first miss from Coldzilla, will be unable to respond in time, and that will give us a tied ball game, Lasagna.
Yeah, Water Dragon has just really made it happen, that play. I believe that clear off of backboard was actually Water Dragon. He saved his flip for, gosh, I didn't even think it was possible to hold it for that long. And then managed to put that on net. He has another shot opportunity, but he leaves it for Atomic, and Atomic is going to beat him there. He's known for the mechanics. I'm a little confused why Water Dragon would leave that. He could have gotten a 50 on that, I'm pretty sure. But maybe the stream nerves, or you're facing down match point. But either way, solid goal from Atomic, but Hydras still 2 minutes to come back.
Absolutely. We cannot count this team down at all. Water Dragon with his ability to interfere and be offensively minded. Coldzilla with his ability to create plays and make it happen. But that'd be a nice team play from the Rams to get this ball out. Atomic will try to go down to get the dunk off, but now it's going to be a 2v1. Bondo racing to get back, but the goalpost sent the way. Water Dragon coming up for the secondary follow-up, but it will get sent out by Bondo. And now it's a counterattack, 2v1. Coldzilla trying to catch it, but you don't have much time on the field when the Rams are there. One for the demo, but I think there's a little bit of miscommunication to Lasagna. Bondo was poised to go for it, but Bloodwolf was there to try to get control, and I think that might have created enough chance for the Hydras to clear that away. And now we're having a little bit of a stalemate and dance in the midfield here, but Rams will be the ones who will get control of this ball. We'll try to get the pressure going, but Hydras instantly responded.
Yeah, a little bit of a stalemate there. I thought Atomic might have missed that, but he's got it under control. A little bit of stalemate there as everyone found themselves with no boost. Bondo, he's going to take this up. He's just going to take it slow. He doesn't have to score. He's just going to play with it on the wall a little bit. And now he's really going to rough Water Dragon up here as he goes towards the side and keep control of that boost. But Water Dragon to Coldzilla, he can't put that onto backboard or on net. Water Dragon puts that on. He's almost on. A good demo, though. Might open up a little bit of space. He opts to leave it for Coldzilla. Ooh. But Atomic, just a great quick challenge to try and take this home in 4 games. The Hydras are not having it. Water's going to take this up to the sidewall. Going to put this towards net. Atomic clears that, but Coldzilla's on the ball, but he doesn't have any boost, and it's floating towards the Hydra's net, and Bondo's able to put that in. The Hydras are not in a great position.
They are not, and right now Rams are poised to take 3 games in a row to win this in 4 with that safety net now with only 21 seconds remaining. But we have seen kickoff goals happen in this series. Hydras not unaccustomed to making them. That will be an awkward touch. Bondo trying to make something happen. A little bit of a ghost touch will make it awkward. And now there's only 10 seconds to Lasagna. If they want to win, or at least take it to OT, they have got to score now. But Bondo taking that away, Atomic keeping that in. They will ensure that this Hydras team has 0 chance to come back. And the Rams will take this series in 4 with 3 games in a row after losing that first one. And I do want to say, if you want to beat this Rams team, you have to win it down and out quick. And the Hydras were just caught off their feet by this Rams team, who really ramped up the passing plays, ramped up their pressure and speed. And that really just gave them the advantage to allow them to come back. Hydras unable to ever regain. They had some great fight in them. They never truly regained the footing they had in game 1. That is what allowed this Rams team to come back in such a manner. Fantastic game from the Rams and the Hydras. But speaking of the Rams, we have Bondo and we have Atomic. How are you boys doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, you know, just
That
need to be excited. Or
This is what this guy sounds like through an entire series, man. It is.
oh, dude, I
I'm on the
know.
right.
I've been on his team
I'm
before. I
passing.
know.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Yeah,
But you love it though. It's so nice to have that calm demeanor during the game.
you know me. He is my antithesis. I get super animated, and he's sitting here going, "I'm on your right. I got boost. I got ball."
Mr. Nonchalant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh man.
This is designed to open us up, brother.
that like stampede of a three game shutout there from game 2 to 4. How does that feel? What'd you guys change from game 1 to 2 that was just such a big difference maker?
I'll let Bondo answer that.
Oh, I guess I'm answering that. So game 1, we kind of came into it a little soft. We were trying to figure out what they were doing. Atomic has played water before. I haven't played either of these guys, so we didn't really know what we were getting into. We were kind of taking it passive. There were a lot of moments where I could have taken a ball really easily, and I just left it to see what they do with it. And we figured out that they were just driving at the ball. They're like, okay, we're just driving around, kind of dirtling. We just got to let them either mess up or pressure them when they're trying to do something fancy. And after that first game, we kind of gave up some easy goals. Well, actually, that first game was only 2-1 in overtime. Like, it was not a high scoring game because we were both, I think, kind of figure out what the other team was doing. And then game 2, we really took the time to figure out exactly what they were doing, kind of got their number, and then we just locked them in from that.
That you did. Now, just that timeout. Was there anything that you guys were particularly talking about during that Hydras timeout, or was it just keep doing some of the same?
More so just keep doing some of the same, just making sure that we kept our passing routes open, making sure we spread it out on defense, that way we wasn't getting bunched up.
Hey, that's one thing I really want to bring up too, because me and Lazion were talking about it. And I was calling it early that once y'all get started with those passing plays, they'll be incredibly hard for Hydras to stop. And y'all were not getting bunched up too often yourselves, but you were causing all kinds of havoc on the Hydras. Your passing plays, you spread them wide. At times you would spread them not wide enough, and they'd just be in the same spot, just fiddling around on the same banjo. I mean, y'all just really ran this team rampant on the defensive side of things. And is it that passing plays is what I was talking about early for y'all, but how much of that was adaptation to the Hydras that y'all passed, and how much was that just natural passing y'all?
We played together for the first time exactly 1 hour before this match started. So we spent that hour and we were like, what's your play style? What's my play style? What are the things you're great at? And Atomic, he's a mechanical freak. He's incredible. And I'm a super adaptive player. Whatever my teammate wants to do, I'm here to support them. And so we kind of settled in on this kind of like, let's go for counterattack plays where Atomic can try to set up we could try to go for a 2v1. If I'm on the defensive side and I can clear a ball out and give him a 1v1, he's going to win it a decent amount of the time. If even better, we can get a 2v1, or even if it's just like we have an offensive strike, Atomic's going to throw a ball on the net, force them to make a play on defense, try to get them in an awkward spot, and then I'll come in and clean up. And there were a lot of times where it was just one of their guys back, or they double commit on that first ball, and it doesn't get cleared out exactly how they want to, and then I just come in and clean it up. That's how a lot of my goals came in, was just cleaning up after Atomic, and we kind of just forced them to play on defense. And when we were on defense, we made sure to clear comms, keeping chat up. There was a lot of chatter on our side, and I think that really helped us stay cohesive, keep us on the same page. We also maintained a pretty positive attitude. We were having fun the whole time. We were bantering. It was a good match through and through, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree with what he says. And as you guys know, my play style has followed me all through Origin. My play style just allows other people to get open.
You do a great enough job at taking it to the other team that they have to respond to you, no matter in what fashion. It certainly does open up second chances and a cleanup. But Bondo, you didn't just do cleanup, man. You did a lot of work as well for passing. him, your disruption on their line. Y'all did a fantastic job planning cohesion together, for only having that first time in an hour. I just big hats off to both of y'all. Fedora is definitely being tipped and then taken off, especially for y'all too. But the floor is y'all if y'all want to have anybody that you want to speak to, shout out real quick before.
And shout out to casters. Without you guys, we wouldn't have had a casted match. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh shucks.
I'll shout out Tate of House Tot is in chat. He's one of my friends from college. I told you we would absolutely we'd nail this one. Thanks, man. And then my mom watches these sometimes. I don't know if she's here. Hi, Mom. I did it. Hooray.
You know what? We love you. We love you, Tate and Bondo Mom.
Yeah, Bondo Mom.
Has a better fan base than I do.
Well, that's because you don't have a fan base. You have a fan planet at this rate, man.
Oh my God, Galloway.
that terrible dad joke. We're going to take it away into the break, the setup for our next match at 10 o'clock, which will be the Star League Colts versus Griffins. Your boy Lasagna and your Goose Galloway will be returning to cast that one once again. So stick around. We'll be back in a short 9 minutes.
Go Ram.
Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go.
What's up, FDL? Welcome back after that short intermission. We just got done watching a fantastic Expert League matchup, but now we are in Star League, the next league above, our second highest in FDL. We have the Colts, who are 0-4, so they're looking to break that streak, looking to get that win up against the Griffins, who are 2-2, who are looking to break the even record and try and get into a positive record themselves. So it'll be very interesting to see what goes on, but we can't disregard my co-caster Lasagna, who's been sticking with me tonight. How you doing, brother?
I am doing fantastic. I'm excited for this star match. Hopefully, as a fellow Griffin myself, I do not have too much bias. I will, for those of you at home, I will try and keep it very unbiased and unemotional. I'll be speaking monotone the entire time.
Do it or else.
But if you are ready, Galloway, I will get the players in the match for us.
I am absolutely ready. I am ready to see what this action can bring us. A team on their last legs, really, of trying to make playoffs and having a good shot at it, or a decent shot at it, trying to take down a team who's, like I said earlier, trying to get that positive record to get a better leaping point into their playoff run. But of course, we still got a few before I have to worry about that. But the first shot will be going to the Griffins, but it will get turned away by Doomster, who cannot follow it up. So Griffins will be getting a follow-up chance with Binge One going a little bit wide and Crusher on the team up against Covius and Doomster. These are names that we are all familiar with in the FDL. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, these are all FDL giants, and they've been around for quite some time, so I'm excited to see what we'll see out of these gentlemen tonight. Covius is able to put that on net right over Binge One. Just great double tap to start off the game off of sidewall.
Indeed, Covius, a beautiful reception of that ball, throwing that right into the net outside of the ring. A fantastic way to start off this matchup. Griffins now starting down by 1, but it is the first goal in the first game. Oftentimes you can lose to be a wash, but when you're giving up a chance like that, you might have to start wondering, but Covius will get turned away this shot effort. That would be a fantastic 50 down the field. Griffins rushing down to get to it, get control. Both Griffins up now. If he gets another touchdown, well, I say both Griffins were up. Binge, I think I heard him jump, and then he went back down, realizing it wasn't quite the 50 that he would have liked or passed it would like. And it's just good calls from both these far.
Yeah, Crusher and Binge One really going for the air. Crusher nearly sneaking that under the crossbar, but Coveus, he works it on offense, he works it on defense. He's able to keep that out. Now Binge One versus Doomster goes onto the backboard. Coveus with a miss.
Ooh.
Crusher does not have enough power to sneak that past Doomster on 0 boost. But Binge One, he's putting that awkward. Oh man. Left post there doing work for the Colts team here. But the Griffins are going to stay on offense. Good early jump from Coveus, though. He tries to get a counterattack and a good demo to take off the pressure. Doomster, he has a ton of time with the ball now. He's going to take this down the field. A good flick. Good bump on Crusher, but Binge One's there to cover it up. And gets a 50. Now Crusher's on it. He's got a solid tank of boost, but Doomster beats him. Now the Colts, they're kind of trying to take this back. They're kind of stuffing out the Griffins team right now a little bit here in the midfield play. They're able to keep this in the Griffins half and not give them a whole lot of chances at their net.
Yeah, and a beautiful shot coming in from Covius again. And I have to say that the design couldn't make me laugh. I can't really hide it. The way you're saying Covius' name is Coveus, it just really makes me want to do a parody of Rock Me Coveus. Rock Me Coveus. It just, maybe I'm just an old guy dating myself. I don't know, but that parody song is now in my head and will be bothering me. But now that I shared it, maybe I can get it out of my head. But Colts taking a good lead of 2-0 at the halfway marker. Trying to extend now, going for the third, trying to get the dunk, but it will be cleared out by Crusher. Binge taking it, going for the ground pinch, going for the 50, but can't quite get it. Then back to the Griffins corner. Crusher trying to take his time and gets dunks for it. And right now, it just seems like the Griffins team is on their back foot. Can't ever get that starting position on the start line. Really try to get a good start. I'm saying start way too often. To try to get a good jump to it, get this race underway. But they just keep getting stuff just like that right there, Lasagna. And this Griffins team has a lot of good offensive power. It just is not working out in their favor. But that's a big bump. That second Colts man.
Yeah, and Covius now with new pronunciation. It gets his boost stolen by Binge One. And net is somewhat open. Binge One, he puts that at the defender. You can take your time on that. He's not going to challenge you there. It's a little bit of a soiled opportunity. Binge One now going idle. Crusher's left in a 2v1. We'll see if he can get back here. He does, but it's a too little too late. Doomster puts the third one for the Colts in on the match. It looks like Binge One is encountering a little bit of lag. You hate to see it, but he's just going to have to play through it for now.
Indeed, and this is a good time to bring up a reminder for the fans at home. Each one of these teams do have a timeout that they can use, as well as one server reset that they can request at any point in time in the series. Of course, if it's during the game, we cannot stop it during the game unless it is for a server reset. And the way that works is if it's in the first minute and nobody has scored, a team can request a server reset. But with right now how this is going is just galloping away for the Colts in game one. Now they have 5-0. It's just not going in the favor of Griffins at all. They do seem they're a little bit slow to warm up. Plus the ping issues perhaps is playing an effect for Binge One. We'll have to see if they do call for that reset later on. But right now, it's just been all Colts.
Yeah, it appears they have pre-fired their server reset. As some of the ping issues, I'm seeing multiple disconnect symbols at times on the Griffin side of the leaderboard. As the Colts put in their 6th goal on 8 shots. it's got to be frustrating for the Griffins. How do you think their mental is, or do you think they can bring their mental back to where it was before any of their internet issues?
Well, it's going to be frustrating without a doubt. The player caliber levels of these two Griffin players, it's phenomenal enough to the point where, especially Binge One, I think it'll get him more fired up. It'll frustrate him. He will be frustrated. I think he'll fire him up. Excuse me. He'll fire him up, get him wanting to really ramp up his offensive game. I think after this server reset, if it does get fixed, he'll come out swinging at full power. And Crusher, he's going to be down for the fight always. It'll be a matter, I think, if the Colts can continue to keep it away from the Griffins or not. But 30 seconds remaining. The 7th goal does go in for the Colts. Griffins trying to get anything to build up for the second game in Lasagna. At this rate, I do pray that server reset helps them out a lot.
Yeah, you do not want to see just a solved series like this with one team lagging and the other team just carrying it in, playing duo free play at this point. But the Griffins looking here to try and send us to Brazil just to get a little bit of momentum on their side. Crusher's up, but Covius is able to put that out for a very convincing, if not a little bit riddled with technical difficulties, Colts victory in game 1.
Indeed, in a Lasagna, if you could tell them to leave the lobby and they will receive the match info when it's back up, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you could remain in this lobby as the last one until that happens, and let me know when you leave, that'd be fantastic.
Yep.
But
we are all good.
Oh, perfect. Well, I will let you break down that game and what we need to see out of this Griffins make it happen here in game 2 as I'm setting it up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I am the streamer and caster tonight, so I got to do all the work with a little bit of help, which I appreciate.
Yeah, we appreciate your efforts, Galloway, as you get this match up. But what the Griffins are probably thinking about, obviously, other than, gosh, I hope we don't lag again. But some of their plays seemed a little bit disjointed in the offense. There was very rarely two players playing cohesively on offense. It was frequently just like a ball thrown at the Colts net there. And I think that'll offer them a little bit more success as we move into game 2, and we're getting the players back into the lobby after this server reset. But yeah, if the Griffins could just play a little bit more cohesively on offense, a little bit of connection issues fixing might help that, but we'll have to see. As the players are in the lobby, I will let them know to join up as we are all good.
Good man, and yeah, and if you're the Colts, you have to expect at this point for the Griffins to come out swinging, guns a-blazing, all of that good stuff, and you just have to hope that you are able and ready to respond to it, because I don't know if you saw the best Griffins could offer with that ping issue going on. So you have to think, all right, so this is kind of like a new game 1, even though it's not. Even though in the series the Colts do have that game 1 advantage, you have to think in a way this is still a brand new game, brand new series that you're not ready for, because out for these, now that they're freshly reloaded with ping, or without ping.
Yeah, you cannot get complacent there, and Doomster does not, as he puts in the first Colts goal, trying to continue what they had going on last game. Bingewan, I do not think he got the touch he wanted. It looked like he was trying to take that to corner, but keep possession, but it turns into a little bit of a backboard pass set up for the Colts, and Crusher's not able to cover it up. Colts go up 1-0.
Indeed, and this overlay is fantastic as it shows the Colts having the lead on the overlay. Then when the transition, it took it away from them. But it is 1-0 in the series as well as in game 2 here. However, Covius trying to get a big dunk, throwing that on target, couldn't quite. Crusher, wait. I got my names mixed up.
Binge one.
Binge one, trying to get a big dunk here. And throw it on target. Couldn't quite. Crusher trying to get the clean up. Couldn't quite. Gets it around. Crossbars down. Slowly sneaks it in there. And Crusher getting the tied up goal to bring this Griffins back new life. The first goal of the series. Binge ready in case it bounced up once more. But Crusher saying, no, brother. I want this goal.
Yeah, and a silly goal like that, I call it silly, but it was a little bit just a whimsical goal. It really helps you reset the mental there, and I feel like we're going to see a little bit more of a Griffins reawakening come here. Binge one looking for 250s now. Crusher coming in versus Doomster, floats over the Colts net. Covius, he's taking that out, gets a 50 on Binge one, but Doomster's low boost. Doesn't really have much. A good pass, though. He can't make connection. Now Crusher has plenty of time and boost to take this out, but he can't get control. And Covey is challenging really quickly to keep this ball in the Griffins' half.
Indeed, both these teams doing a fantastic job of getting into the air. Griffins with the 50s, but Colts with the beats. But speaking of beats, that'll be a big-time pinch out. However, it is stopped by the second man from the Colts, who tries to get a shot on target, but it will get saved away by, I believe that was Binge. However, the follow-up shot will go in, and Doomster will get this second goal for the Colts, giving them back the lead at 2 minutes 48 seconds. And Lasagna, Colts are doing well, responding to a new Griffins team, essentially. And things are still going in the favor of the Colts, but the Griffins are making it a lot tighter, making it a lot more interesting. This is by no means out of the woodworks for the Colts yet. They have got to keep fighting if they want to try to secure the game too.
Absolutely. And the Griffins, no easy task ahead. You effectively start the series down one against a Colts team with some momentum, almost extending their lead once again, but Crusher's able to keep that out with a bump. Now Covius is trying to make it happen with a pass to Doomster. And another pass to Doomster over Crusher. Neither the Griffins players back, and neither of them with boost. Really goes to show the pressure that these Colts players are putting on their defense.
Absolutely. Crusher with no boost at all got himself caught up underneath both of the players. You have to wonder if that wasn't just a misjudgment there, thinking he could have got in there for a 50, which is what it looks like he was trying to do. But when you're last man back like that after the other teammate goes for a big challenge and likely got sent to the midfield or close enough to it, you've got to stay back. You don't have the boost to really get there to challenge. But if this can be a beat by Binge, Crusher would have the chance to get there, but he missed the boost. And Doomster with the instant turnaround and challenge doesn't even give him the time to do it anyways. Doomster getting, I think that's what his hat trick, Lasagna. I can't really check by pressing the tab button.
His hat trick was last goal. This is his fourth goal on. Hold on, fourth goal on 3 shots this match.
Wait a second. This man's a wizard, Harry. Oh,
and Binge one. Oh, he makes a little bit of a mistouch there. He did not perhaps mean to get that third touch, and it puts it off net. And then both Griffins players jump, but Covius cannot get solid enough control to put it on net. He's going to take this into corner now, and is going to take it towards the Griffins net. Beats both, but it's a little bit too awkward for his teammate to come in. Now the Griffins send this down the field. They're going for a counter attack, but Doomster, solid 50. He's just going to take that out, and then a demo keeps the pressure off of Covius, and Covius is going to take possession here and go for a 50 play. It looked like he was going to go for a pass there. It sure faked me out. And now Crusher, though, I don't know how he just did that. I thought Doomster had this.
Well, he was going for a more powerful shot there, but he ended up weaker. I think Doomster was in preparation for the beamer, but when it didn't happen, it caught him off guard with his 0 boost. So that allowed Crusher to take advantage of that, throwing it home, bringing this lead down to 2, cutting it in half with a minute remaining. Griffin's not out of it yet, but this shot right here going in, never mind. Oh my God, guys! What a fantastic save attempt. However, it was Covius would not be denied, able to get it just far enough ahead that it could not be cleared. and that lead now back again to 3. Colts trying to take this away and a clean, easy 3 sweep, but they still got another 5 minutes after this, of course. But if they can win this one, Lasagna, in a good fashion, I think that's a great sign for them. However, binge one, big time read, big time dunk will bring this lead back to 2 for the Colts, making it where they don't have to come or go nearly as far to tie this up. There's still 44 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is the Griffins team you want to see if you're looking for the series to go to the distance. You see a little bit more challenges. You see them getting some quicker goals. You see them beat the Colts player there, and it looks like Crusher's in a 1v1 against Covius. Covius is able to keep that out, but a miss. Man, Covius is really just going sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is the team that you'd want to see if you're looking for the distance. They're challenging a little bit faster. They're finding themselves with a little bit more boost. They're putting more shots on net. It's 5 to 10, so it's not the best ratio if you're a Griffins fan, but I think this series has the potential to go to Game 4.
It does. Griffins definitely playing a lot better now with that server reset working in their favor, but Colts working off such a high momentum and just great feelings for that first game. We're able to take it here in Game 2. Though it says Series 1-0, this was Game 2, so now Colts are on match point, and they are off to the races, looking to land in first place. Griffins have to swoop in somehow and stop them, trip them up, get them out of their lane, and get some goals themselves, which they are doing. They have got 3 goals. There were some fantastic goals, but no passing from this binge one Crusher team. And I won't say no passing, rather, but no assists was given. The one plays are helping out. The challenges, the counterattacks are working. But one of the difference makers here, the Colts, is they're also in good sync with each other. Doing a good job of putting the pressure on that they're getting a lot of these second chance shots, which is contributing some of those just that I think it was Covius that had. So if the Griffins can kind of mash that intensity on pressure or just get some infield passing like we just saw the Rams did last series, they could bring themselves right back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Where are the players? There they are. I was worried I missed a timeout call, but the Colts are absolutely in sync there. Covius, he's just putting his mechanics to use, and he's giving Doomster good opportunities. Binge one with an opportunity, he puts that off the crossbar there. But already a little bit more life from the Griffins. Binge one, he's up quick 2 times. It's bouncing down, awkward for Covius, but he keeps it out. Now Covius with boost and a little bit of time. Crusher, a good dunk. He's going again. It's up a little bit awkward. Binge one does not go. Covius takes that out. Now Binge one playing this in corner. Gets demoed. And Doomster, another quick challenge. He's going to take this up a wall and go for a bump. Covius, he sneaks that in. He dodged the squishy save from, I believe that was Binge one going off with a goal roof here.
Yep.
Yeah, and just overall a solid play, a good demo to stir things up in the Griffins' end.
Indeed, and Colts are right back at it, just galloping away once more, but Griffins are fighting hard. Binge one going to try to throw one in, but Doomster playing patiently, just sitting there waiting for it to come into him. They start the counterattack. It's going to be a 2v1, and Covius sneaking it around Crusher's car ever so barely. Will get the second goal so quickly in the favor for the Colts. And now, if you're Griffins, it's not panic time yet. But Lasagna, you have got, and I mean got, to get this Colts team out of their rhythm. They are way too comfortable. They're just having a field day with it. Got to either take them out of it, take them off of it, do something, because right now, Colts are just having to from the middle of it, man.
Yeah, Covius and Doomster, they're in their groove. They're just throwing down these early challenges, and it's really just like one touch met by Covius, one touch met by Doomster, And it's killing these Griffins with the aggression that they're faced with every single time they try and clear the ball. I say this though, but there's a little pressure on the Colts net here. Both Griffins with boost, but the Colts, they're just content to keep this trapped in the corner. Oh, Crusher up though. He's going to put this mid to Binge One, but it's a little bit behind his teammate. Binge One now. He's got to make something happen. And his flip ran out. He was going for the Doomsday dish into the net. But this is going to lead to a Colts counterattack, and a miscommunication on the Griffins' end is looking dangerous. But Kovius with no boost in the midfields, he can't get back to that. Crusher's just going to put a sniper goal in all the way from his end.
Indeed, there's a counterattack to open up the gates for the Griffins. Hopefully for them, that is the indicator that they're about to start scoring some more in this game 3. Because, I mean, let's be honest, they've got to score more if they're going to want to try to win here. But Colts are going to collect this ball. Kovius does get a little bit far off of it, and Crusher into the air now, going for the double, going for the triple, gets underneath the defender who tries to preemptively jump it, but gets burnt by it, and we have ourselves a tied game. Lasagna. Crusher giving the Griffins that second goal that they really wanted to score.
Yeah, just if you're Crusher, you have, for the most part, just saved your team. I'll hold my judgment until after this kickoff sequence. Kovius, he's up. He might double this, he can't. And now Binge One with boost. All right, I think I can pass judgment now on that Crusher play. He really just brought his team's mental back there. Now you know, like, you don't have to necessarily claw back in a time limit. The clock is neutral ground at this point, if you can take it into OT.
Oh, screw OT. With over 2 minutes remaining, you're looking to take it into a dub. But with that double commit from the Griffins, we'll make it awkward here as the Colts go for the counterattack. That's going to get up over 1, and that double commit will cost this Griffins good defensive positioning, and will allow the Colts right at the 2-minute warning mark to get the lead once again. The good news, though, Lasagna, is that it is still 2 minutes remaining. You could chalk that up in the Griffins like, all right, look, we just bumped that. We give up 1. So we can get a kickoff goal here. That'd be fantastic. But that'd be a big-time dunk from, I believe it was Kovius or Doomster.
That was Doomster.
Okay, Doomster. And then the big demo, Griffins trying to make things happen, trying to get into the mindset or mentality of this Colts, try to tear them up. But Colts just playing so superbly that shot from Binge will be turned away. Crusher trying to send it to the corner, gets a softer touch than he was looking for, allowing Kovius to clear that to the other side. But Binge already on it, trying to throw it mid, but Doomster responding appropriately. And Crusher a little far back, wasn't quite sure if he was getting interfered with or not, but a big save from him. Binge trying to take it down the field, and Lasagna, the stalemate continues, and each second that passes by, it's just making it more and more dire for this Griffins team.
Yeah, the Colts, they're content to stay with a stalemate in the midfield, but Crusher says no. He's going to stir some things up, whether good for him or bad for him. He's going to get a demo there. Binge One now. Tries to get a pass back. He's passed 1, but Crusher, no boost to get to that ball and capitalized on the golden opportunity that was just presented to him.
Indeed, and Crusher trying to get something going there, was scrape a little bit of paint, making where he can't get as smooth of a touch as he wanted. But Crusher now trying to move the ball up the field. Will get intercepted by Doomster. Binge trying to send it to the corner, and will do so successfully. We'll grab the boost. If I get control of this ball, we'll get challenged, but the 50 will go in the favor. Crusher will be there to retake it, and it gets past him, and Crusher able to score the ball, somehow getting that ball past both of the Colts player. One coming from Binge One. I don't want to disregard him, even though the game did not give him the assist, but the one who made the first Colts player whiff on that pass. And Crusher able to get around the other one to tie this up. 20 seconds remaining. We just might get OT, but kookier things have happened. We might not get an OT at all.
Yeah, Crusher a little couple misses on the Griffins end. Crusher, he's going to try and play this slow here, kill the clock. You do not want to keep playing when you're on defense like that. And the golden bounce that would have allowed Bingewan to dribble that into the net to victory did not pan out for him. We go to overtime in game 3. Griffins are staring down the barrel of a reverse sweep, and Covius trying to take that home in the first 10 seconds. Doomster now with no boost. He's going to get a high flick. Bingewan with a demo to keep some pressure off. And Covius, he's getting bullied in front of the net there. He can't get that quite in. He's going to look for some revenge here, though. And a little bit of a stalemate game in midfield again. A couple of misses. Bingewan, he puts that on net. Covius barely keeps that out, but now it's Crusher's ball. He's going to rip one on net. Doomster with no boost makes a save. And the Griffins team has awoken their offense so far.
Indeed, and Bingewan's really trying to wrap up this offense too, but that cut, they're trying to take it away, but if they could have gotten to Lasagna, there's been a big change in the pressure if they could have regained it and kept it. But Colts doing a fantastic job, were able to get it out. Now they're trying to keep pressuring it, but that would be a big send by, I believe it was Crusher. However, sent out a demo. I don't know if it's going to leave it in 2v1. Griffin's not favorable, can't really score that situation too well. But Binge getting control of that ball, trying to get the shot on target. But an excellent demo play and read by, I believe that one was Doomster, to prevent that. And Griffin's trying hard. Crusher trying hard, or Bingewan, sorry. But it was turned away. Crusher going for a second, but turned away again by Doomster. And this Colts fighting hard to make it happen. A double demo will give Crusher all the time in the world to take the control of this ball and get boost. That was very dicey, Lasagna. Very dicey.
Yeah,
but somehow
is it in?
Griffins managed to hang on, and they will win in overtime, taking it to game 4.
Absolute cinema. I thought, I believe it was Covius on that last play. You might have heard me mumble, no, you cannot win like that. I thought he was able to throw his car in Crusher's way in order to slow him down for the ball to roll in. I was sure that was about to go in, but it didn't. And now the Griffins, they got to win 2 more games, but hey, they just won 1. Crusher taking the team on his back on that. 4 goals and entering the 1,000-point club. Kudos to him for bringing it back. He was a little bit shaky at the beginning of the game, but he really showed what he was made of come that last 2 minutes.
Crusher, more like Atlas, carrying the world of Griffins on his back to keep them alive in that game. All those goals and saves. Bingewan doing a lot of good work as well. Make things happen. Big demos at times. Big shot pressures to keep them going. But ultimately, Griffins as a team were able to take that one into now a 2-1 series. Griffins trying to make the reverse sweep dream happen. But Colts still looks incredibly strong in that. And I would say how it's looking right now, Lasagna, I don't feel that it's too unfair to say that this is kind of the Colts to lose. I want to say the Griffins still have to convince me in this game right here that they are, in fact, the team to beat. If they can pull this game off here, you know what? I believe in the reverse sweep. But the Colts have just looked incredibly strong throughout the entire series, including that last game.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Griffins want to come home with a win, they will really have to earn it here. Starting with a solid goal off the start, a bump from Bingewan on Doomster. Almost ends in, but the crossbar conspiring against them. They have another defender to fight, but Crusher able to take out one of the defenders in net. Covius with no boost, and here's Crusher bearing down on him. There's really nothing he can do there. Just a good demo play. Start the game off strong.
Indeed, and that's one of the huge things that we were talking about earlier that the Colts probably need to do to take these, or sorry, the Griffins need to do to take these Colts off the field to get them out of their way. And the Griffins, once more, are doing a fantastic job of doing that. They've really gotten those demo plays really in their favor. There's going to be a big 50 by Binge that might just go in. Never mind, but it's a fantastic pass, and Bingewan will give the 2-0 lead to this Griffins team. And correct me if I'm wrong, Lasagna, but is that the first time the Griffins have had a 2-goal lead against this Colts team?
I believe that might be the first time they've had a lead at all. Oh, excuse me. They won last game. That's not possible, folks.
A big challenge there by
yes,
Beach going 2v1. And we have a 3-0 lead. Please continue talking about how these Griffins team are back, baby.
They are definitely back. They are 4 shots to 0. The Colts hardly able to touch the ball here. Just with just with a oppressive amount of Griffins touches here that are really quite dangerous. But Doomster now is taking it to the air. A demo on Binge One makes that a little bit awkward, but Crusher is able to keep this out. Now both Griffins players have to jump up for that, and now Binge One, he's 100 boost, but he does not expect the Covius challenge. And Doomster's up, he puts it on backboard. It's an open net for Covius, but he's 0 boost, and he's able to put that in to put a stop to this Griffins momentum.
Indeed, and that's one thing you can count on is interference from or getting a good pass, maybe even a cheeky shot here and there, but then Covius making a big shot as well. And Covius always seems to get a goal at crucial times to kind of stalemate or stymie out momentum from another team. Does a fantastic job there in Binge getting around one, trying to get the bump on the other, but couldn't pull that off. And now this might just be a runaway goal if he can get the demo, and Covius is certainly able to do so. Colts now only down by 1 in a pretty powerful play.
Yeah, like, that speaks volumes to the task that the Griffins have right now. They may have some momentum, and they might have a game under their belt. It's not a 3-game win streak that they have to achieve anymore. It's, well, an additional 2 games that they have to win in a row. Crusher, though, he's trying to make it happen. Binge One, he's going to send this mid. Doomster gets a clear. Crusher's going to collect this and leaves it for Covius, actually. But the Colts are progressing this down the midfield with some 50s and some bumps and boost steals. Now it's hovering in front of the Griffins net. Binge One keeps that out. But Colts are turning on this shockingly fast every single play. And a little bit of a miscomm, it looks like, in the Griffins area there, leaves both Griffins with no boost. But Binge One, he's still going to try and take that down the field. Ooh. And Covius with a 50, I thought that was in for a second, and he immediately turns around for a demo, trying to press the advantage as much as he can there. Doomster with a good bump, but Crusher, he's able to get there first. Neither Griffins player with any boost whatsoever. Crusher secures a big pad. Covius puts one on net. He's looking for bumps. He's looking for demos. Crusher's able to get that out, but Doomster with a good dunk. Binge One now. He's able to take this out. He's got Crusher in the middle. He opts for a solo play, gets a 50, but it's out to corner. Doomster now. He's on the ball. He's going to just take this slow. A little bit of a misflip causes the Griffins player to have a free shot. Binge One, free shot off the crossbar. Covius, he beats him. It's not on net all the way down the field. And Galloway, this is a back and forth series of events for certain.
Oh, this is turning into a heater, baby. This is absolutely heated up enough to cook myself a bag of popcorn. But we got Colts trying to make something happen. The good boost still in right there by Crusher, but that's going to be an awkward challenge. Leaving it across the mid. Backflip goal was denied barely by Crusher. Oh. We got a roll 1 on the field. No wonder it's so awkward. Crusher versus Covius. Covius versus Crusher. Doomster and Binge decided to make out in the corner. And this only works out in favor of the Griffins, if you ask me. But the caliber of these two players, it could really go either way. But Crusher is saying he wants it in his favor. He wants it that way. Burger King will give it to him. And Griffins are up by 2.
Yeah, can we get some hearts in chat for, I believe that was Doomster and Binge One, toughing it out in the corner there. Doomster content to watch the ball just go into his net if it means he doesn't break the sacred rule. Just mad respect for those two players.
Absolutely.
Now Covius, oh, Oh man, he nearly just did that.
Yeah, he did. He was nearly that guy.
Yeah, a little bit awkward on the Colts end. No boost. Covius now going for a bump. He can't get it. Crusher unable to put that on net with the Covius pressure. But the Griffins, they're transitioning just to offensive mode here. 7 shots for them to the 4 on the Colts side. Crusher, he gets a 50. Doomster with no boost. He's going to pop this up. Gets bumped out by Crusher. Covius now. He's up on the ball. Only 20 more boost. Opts for not another touch. And the Griffins are content to let this stall out in the midfield. Doomster, though, he wants 1 for the road, and Crusher will deny. And it looks like this is just gonna, drop down for a tie game series. It is 2-2. The Griffins have the possibility of a reverse sweep. They have the momentum. They have the game 5. They just have to execute now. And Galway, what a treat for us two to finish out the night.
Absolutely, a game 5 situation that turned out to the reverse sweep dreams. I don't remember when the last reverse sweep we've had on stream was, but if they can pull this off, the Griffins will have made me a true believer if I wasn't already one. But Covius and Doomster are still not to be slept on. Again, even though it was a 2-4 loss for them, they still played that incredibly close and tight, kept the Griffins on their toes, on their tippy-tappity talons, if you will. And it really felt like it could have gone either way until the end, where the Griffins just kept keeping the pressure up and making our Colts have to play more defense. Colts now are the teams who have to stop this momentum, have to adapt to this team. They've gotten comfortable on offense and lasagna. I can only think that just keeping that pressure up like they did in games 1 and 2. Other than that, I can't really tell you what would work. Got some big demos, but Griffins still survived.
Yeah, I don't know. They had a lot of pressure in game 1 and 2. Well, game 1 was a little bit of a wash, but the Griffins, they're just starting it out exactly how they started out game 4 here, with just a quick goal on net to bring them up 1-0 and start the rampage, really, is what they're trying to do.
Indeed, Griffins coming out of nowhere to just get that goal, essentially to pluck away at the Colts as they were galloping in the races. And a big 50, can I get the goal? Will get sent out to the corner. It is Covius trying to make something happen, but running out of boost. Doomster now having to stop the offensive push. Doing so successfully and expertly. And tries to get the 50, but it was missed, making it awkward, but it was cleared out by Binge One. Crusher. Binge One now in goal. We want to try to be patient here, but we'll get burnt. Crusher now kind of a little bit of awkward position. And Covius unable to get the ball off of his car. Usually you're unable to keep the ball on your car, Lasagna, but he was unable to actually get it off of his car and dish it. And that did stop his teammate from coming in to get the free goal, waiting for it. But Colts taking advantage of the chaos, somehow able to still turn it around to tie this game up.
Yeah, Covius, really good vision to see Doomster in the center of the field, and to see Crusher, 0 boost, moving slowly to pick up that corner boost. Just an open net for Doomster to shoot at, and he really slams it home. Crusher just not enough speed to get there quickly. Covius trying to put another one in real quick off the kickoff, but he's unable to get enough heat on it. Binge One now giving it a clear, and now Doomster, a good flick, and Binge One's unable to keep that out of net. We're seeing almost a return to form of the game 2 Colts here.
Indeed. It said in that last game that their pressure was not bad. They got a little bit slow, got a little bit behind on times, but it was still working, generally speaking. All they're doing now is just keeping on ramping it up, just keeping that same intensity, and they're catching the Griffins sleeping at times here and there. But That double commit will allow Benjuan to get control of this ball, but he will get 50 out by Covius, who is now in a 1v1. Crusher able to get back in time to get the save. Doomster now going to go for the double, but Benjuan there to 50 it out. Covius trying to get control. Crusher backing off and getting bumped for it. Griffins in control of this ball, but for how long? As Covius is challenging and will win that out away from Crusher. Crusher not happy, getting the demo, buy his teammates some time, but Benjuan not fast enough to beat out Doomster. That really has been just a big story line here, Lasagna. Colts just do a fantastic job of just instantly getting on that as if you're white on rice, as if you're no hair on a fryer in the medieval times.
Oh, Benjuan is not quite able to sneak that in. He was looking for a pass there to Crusher perhaps, but he doesn't get the touch. Covius now, he's going to try and take this down. Crusher, a good clear. I think a big part of the Griffins' success so far, or the Colts' downfall, if you fancy it that way, has been the Colts' reception of the Griffins' long clear. That's almost that's almost an equalizer for the Griffins there, but no Griffins player there to shoot it. Crusher now, he puts that past. He takes just great possession here, beats Covius, takes possession. Just a fantastic flick to get this in for the equalizer. 2 minutes remaining, and both teams, if you told me one of these teams was going to walk away winning, I might not even believe you with that. I might say that they have to tie this game.
They tie this game, 30-minute OT, server runs out. We had to end it in a draw, which nobody likes. And because nobody likes it, the Griffins are trying to make it happen where they can score right here, but Colts defense is able to send it out. Benjuan, awkward save, but it will get it. Thankfully does not hit it into his goal there off that corner. Crusher trying to send it back, but doesn't touch he wanted there. Benjuan kind of that backboard, but Crusher, Benjuan, fantastic job of moving that ball down the field. Benjuan will get collection of that ball somehow. Crusher not quite in position, but a little bit far back. Oh, pop it up. We'll go for the double. Go for a under touch. Get to 50, and Lasagna. That ball does not go in. It hits off both goalposts. Great the entire time. And my word, what a fantastic dunk. It just did not pay off, and I feel robbed for the man. Because now the Colts are scored instead of the Griffins, and that just hurts to watch, even if you're a fan of the Colts. Well, them scores not hurt to watch, but that ball not going in for Crusher, that's painful.
It's every Rocket player's neural activation to see the ball go into net, and a miscommunication from the Griffins. This can't happen 50 seconds left when you need a goal. And a little bit of a mistouch from Benjuan. Covius, he puts that towards the net. But the Griffins, they're trying to break out, but the Colts have them in their game 2 trap of just mid-boost challenge the other team, mid-boost challenge the other team. And the Griffins are unable to get a solid clear on. As time ticks down, they have 20 seconds to get the ball in the net for even a chance. But Doomster, no boost. He doesn't get a good touch. Covius keeps it out, but Benjuan, he has time in there. He's to the ceiling. Doomster, no boost on backboard. Doomster gets it clear, but it's to Crusher. Crusher puts it. It's top crossbar. Neither of the Colts players with any boost. Ball cannot touch the ground now. Onto the Colts backboard. And Crusher, he puts it in to bring the Griffins to overtime. Looking for the reverse sweep. Golden goal wins the series.
Benjuan not getting greedy. Continuing to get this Colts team off their rocker with the passing plays. Finally get to go. Benjuan wins the 50. Take it to the corner of the Colts. Throwing it mid. Crusher going for it. But it was 50 out. The demo might actually play in the favor. Oh, what an insane save. That was almost an own goal. But it was sent out barely. This ball will float mid. Crusher wins the 50. It's now a 2v1. Lasagna, if Benjuan can get there, but a big time 50. I believe that was Doomster able to get that out. Oh, sorry, it was Kovius who got that out. Doomster trying to stall it for his teammate now. We have reached past the 30-second marker. So the initial kickoff hype is gone. Those rotations have slowly waned out of it, and now it's normal gameplay once again. Lasagna, what a gameplay it has been for this 45 seconds.
Colts looking at a little bit more offense again, but man, the Oracle could not predict who would win this match. Oh, but Colts, Kovius puts that mid for Doomster, but Doomster is not there yet. Neither Griffins player with much boost. Binge1's able to find some there. He's going to take it to the air. He's looking for a bump.
Oh, the bump!
He gets it. Doomster can't get to it, but it's not on net. Crusher, he does not have the confidence to go for that this early in overtime. Colts on offense. Doomster, he's able to put that past Crusher. And the dream for the Griffins dies here a minute 30 into the game 5 OT. Crusher with a little bit of a missed jump doesn't get the 50 he wants on the ball. Colts win game 5.
Indeed, and what a game that was. For the Colts or Griffins who played that so fantastic, it's just a heartbreaking thing that happened. They took a huge fight to them. They played it very well. They got robbed here and there at times from these goals not going in, but the Colts played a fantastic game to really take it to them, to make it where they got punished for it, and could not really capitalize off of it. And just speaking of the Krispy Kreme factory glazing them up, we have Doomster and Kovius joining us from that Colts team. Boys, I have no stakes in either one of your franchises, but my heart could not take that serious. Fantastic game, guys.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
We did it. We won a series.
It's our team goal to do game 5s every time to make everything as dramatic as possible. So we had to do it.
Well, you know, we appreciate the content, but I don't appreciate the near heart attack and strokes you gave me. Oh, Lasagna, I need you to take the first question because I still got to catch my breath, man.
Yeah, I got it. Holy
I know you're still gasping for air just like I am. I know. I threw that to you. Get Rex, kid.
That was quite the offensive showing in some of those matches for a long time. Sometimes it wouldn't show in some of the shooting statistics, but you guys were able to keep the Griffins on their half for the majority of the series. Like, was there any particular strategy in place to do that, or was it just the natural way you guys play?
I'm generally not very aggressive as a player at all. Like we're just gonna flex, and we're able to keep up pressure for at least those couple games.
I'm very aggressive.
So we have Mr. Ying and Mr. Yang here, just working in perfect harmony. Although you could have fooled me because both of y'all just turn up the oven to 550, which I didn't even know could go that high. And y'all just really played a fantastic game, especially in the corners. We just kept beating out, starving the Griffins, getting them wide, and then eventually a good demo here or just getting around that last man on the goal line to just support. Y'all did a fantastic job with your pressure and just really ramping that up. And was that really just from adapting to this Griffins team, or was that just how y'all naturally play with each other?
I just like boost and demoing people.
I'd say game 1, 2. Obviously, we came out very, very, very aggressive. Game 3 and 4, not Crusher. I'm a butcher his name. Starts with a B. He started playing extremely fast, and in game 5 we realized he's the one we need to shut down. Don't give him any space. Demo, disrupt, throw him off on his back foot, and go from there. But shout out to him for that spawn. I'm assuming he speed flipped and got the save off their crossbar.
Dude.
Shout out to him for that. My heart sank.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was a big demo, and I was shouting out like, "Oh my god, he might spawn in just in time. I don't know. That's gonna be on target." And like, "Oh my god." My throat definitely took a hit from that one, casting that one. Thanks, guys.
And Crusher had some nutty aerial plays.
Yeah, some of those plays were criminal not to go in on both teams. But my last question for you guys, as you saw, you were staring down the barrel of the Griffins reverse sweep as they started progressing towards that. Were you guys ever considering taking a timeout or just needing to chill out for a second?
Nope.
No, I generally just kind of forget they exist.
After I so kindly reminded you of them, how dare you?
I'm on board with the our curse has been game 5 losses. Just shoot for the moon.
Yep. Now it's just a game 5 curse.
Huh. Oh, I mean, I think the only thing you're cursing is the viewers the viewers create some kind of pressure, kind of back and forth, and what the heck is going on? Hey, yeesh. But I mean, I completely zoned out, still catching my breath. I don't know if I asked if you want anybody out yet or not. I don't think you did.
I have not. If
The floor is yours.
The floor's yours.
Anybody out real quick. Keep it family friendly now. Not that I don't think y'all wouldn't, but
And shout out to Doom for reading all the backboard plays.
Shout out to Covius to catching all the random stuff I threw vaguely near their net.
Well, I might as well just kick you guys out of here. Save that for the locker room, boys. Save that for the locker room and for Krispy Kreme.
PG-13. I thought you said family friendly.
Boys, a fantastic game, a fantastic series. Congrats on grabbing that first win. It really makes me wonder how y'all have gotten this way. And I'm assuming it's just been an unfortunate set of events, but I'm expecting more wins and big games out of y'all in this series. Congratulations. That is going to be it for FDL tonight, everybody. What a way to end this stream. And what a way to begin it with that last series as well. But we are not done for the weekend. We do have 3 matches set up for tomorrow. 8 p.m. will be Elite, 9 p.m. will be Origin, and 10 p.m. will be Adept Leagues. You will not want to miss those matches. It should be a fun time. So come on back tomorrow. Make sure you have some popcorn and, I don't know, maybe some blood pressure medicine thanks to these guys. They're any kind of indicators. And join us again.
I'm telling me, man, I'm 30 years old.
This is